7 things I wish I knew before starting a business. For those of you who are just seeing this video, you guys are probably wondering who I am because you clicked on this video. You want to know what to know exactly before you actually start your business. Now, my name is Chapman and I actually quit my corporate job back in November of 2018 to pursue entrepreneurship full time. What I started out with was Shopify dropshipping, and then since then it has evolved into so much more. And these are the 7 things that I've learned after both losing money and making money with e-commerce as an entrepreneur. So hope you enjoy the video. Let's jump right into it. The first thing I wish I knew before I started my e-commerce business was to be prepared to fail. Now this is something that I wasn't expecting, right? Because when you start out a business, like many of you probably watching this video right now, you're starting out your business or you're in the first couple of months of establishing that business and you have a great idea and you're going to go forward with it. What happens to a lot of us is we get so excited and then our expectations are so high with our business, and once it doesn't succeed right at the beginning, in your first attempt, it can be really discouraging. So that's something that I actually got really discouraged in my business. With starting an online business, you're running into a lot of competition. That is actually great news for you because it helps you innovate and become better because you have so much competition out there. That's not a bad thing at all. But with my business, what actually happened was I was about 4 or 5 months into my e-commerce journey after quitting my corporate job in November 2018. And around February of 2019, I actually was about to quit everything and even think about either going back to work or getting a different job somewhere else because I was so stressed out with I wasn't making any money in the first 4 months. I had all this pressure from people saying, oh, you quit your job, and there's added pressure on your shoulders from not being successful right away. So it was definitely a lot of pressure on me in those first couple months, and I was getting ready to actually quit the business completely. So had someone told me that you got to be prepared to fail in the first couple months, that would have definitely reassured me and given me a little bit more confidence that you have to get through the hard times before you can actually reach that profit and what you want out of your business. The second thing I wish I knew before I started my business was that to not listen to negativity. So with an online business, whether you're out in like me on YouTube, I'm showing you guys my journey along the way for 2 years now. Or you're not even on YouTube and you're just with your friends or your family, right? There is going to be negativity that comes along with you quitting your job and creating your own business. Like that just comes with the territory, right? You're going against the grain. You're not doing what everyone else is doing. So it's pretty normal to get that negativity, and you just need to make sure that you can block that out. And the third thing, this is really important, is to actually give yourself a budget. So what I mean by giving yourself a budget is you can do this either yearly or monthly. It really depends on, whichever budget you're okay with and how much money you're okay spending, right? So what I mean by that is, say you're just starting a business today or you started it last month, right? What you need to do is give yourself a chunk of change. Say it's $1,000 across the year, right? So tell yourself, okay, I'm giving myself $1,000 for this business. You probably will need more, but I did it, I've seen people do it with less. When you give yourself a budget, you're telling yourself that I have X amount of money to work with in my business. Now, this is important because if you're constantly worrying about the money that you're spending and you see $100 go by, $50, $60 go by when you're spending on your business and spending on Facebook ads, what can happen is it can take a toll on your mental health where you're not going to be focused on improving your business. You're going to be more focused on, oh, I only have X amount of dollars to spend. So if you just tell yourself, hey, I have $1,000 budget and I'm okay spending that budget in a month or in a year, whatever it is, then you can actually pursue your business and move forward and make decisions a lot faster than if you're constantly worrying about every single nickel and dime that you're spending on your business. Now the fourth thing I wish I knew before I started a business is that burnout is a real thing. So when I first started my dropshipping business, I was super all into it. I actually, part of my daily routine was to go to the gym and all that stuff. And when I was first starting my business, because I wanted to be so successful and I had so much pressure, I just completely cut out the gym. I completely cut out video games, all that stuff, and I only focused on the business. Now, did it work for me? Yes, but I definitely did get burned out, and I definitely had to go reincorporate some of those habits that I previously had because I got super tired of just doing the same thing every single day, and it you can only go so long. Motivation, it kind of ties back into motivation where I could only go so long with that motivation, and then it came back to discipline, and I wasn't as disciplined as I thought. So once the motivation dropped down, then I didn't have a baseline of discipline to keep me going every day, so kind of declined after that. By knowing that burnout is a real thing, you can be aware of it. So say you're working 7, 8, 9 hours a day, and then at that 9th hour you start to get irritated or you start to question why you're doing it. Just give yourself a break, right? And even if you need to take like a whole day, you just need to go, on a long walk or a hike or whatever it is, just go do that, and that's going to help you not burn out over the long period of time. Like one day in the big scheme of things, you take one day off, right? That's totally okay. Vacations are definitely needed in order for you to reset. And a lot of the times what I've found actually is when I do take that day off, or I take, a couple hours off and I just play video games or whatever it is, that amount of time can actually, foster new ideas, and it can help like spark my creativity for the business. And then when I go back into it the next day, I'm fresh and I'm like ready to attack the day. Okay, now the fifth thing, you need to make sure that you have at least one passion outside of your business. So for me, that passion was going to the gym. For you, it could be journaling, it could be reading a book every day, it could be walking your dog, it could be going to the park, right? Whatever it is, whether inside or outside, you need to make sure that you have a passion. Maybe it's drawing, for example, but that passion is going to help you separate your work from your life, right? Everyone talks about work-life balance and everything, and I totally believe in that, but it needs to also be integrated with your life, right? So like, if you're working, say 8 hours a day, most people are probably working 40 hours a week right now. If you're working 8 hours a day, you have 8 hours that you're going to sleep. So that's 2/3 of your day done. What are you doing with the other 8 hours, right? Some of it might be commuting, making food, eating, and then working out, or whatever else it is you're doing, right? You still have a lot of time to still pursue your hobby and pursue your passions, and that's going to also lead to a lot less burnout and making sure that you're still motivated in your business throughout the whole time that you're running it. Now, number 6, at first I didn't really use this very much, but one thing I wish I knew was to use a whiteboard or use some sort of tool where you're writing down a daily task list and a daily agenda that you can attack each day. Because what can happen a lot of the times when you're owning your own business is there's no boss and there's nobody to tell you what to do. So a lot of the times you can convince yourself mentally, hey, I have, at the beginning of the day, I know I have to do these 5 tasks, but then stuff comes up and I'm like, oh, well, I'll get to that tomorrow, or I'll push that back to next week. Well, that's a really slippery slope, because if you keep doing that over and over and over, so much stuff can slide to the point where you get behind on it, and then it's like such a daunting task that you don't even want to complete that. Like, that's totally happened to me. It absolutely sucks. Like, I'll be the first one to tell you that, when you have so much stuff to do and it's like, oh my gosh, I can't get it all done, so I'll just keep pushing it back. So what I've started to do is just like write down all the tasks that I need to get done throughout the day, and then I complete those, and if I don't complete those, then I don't get whatever the reward is. So like, maybe the reward is going out hanging out with my friends, or it's playing video games, or whatever it may be, whatever you like doing on the side as like escape from reality, or so to speak, whatever that activity is for you. Make sure you put that as a reward, and you don't actually get to do that, get your reward, until you complete the task. Sounds super stupid, sounds like really childish, like with training a dog. It's like, oh, you get this treat if you do all these tasks, but it actually does work. It's proven to work, and that's what I use in my daily life, is a whiteboard, and it definitely helps out. I'm looking at one right behind the screen. That's why I keep looking down there, because I have all my tasks on my daily whiteboard. Now the 7th thing, this is something that, so I hate this word so much because it's so corporate, and it's just such a cringy term to me, but it's networking. And what I mean by that is just like talk to other people that are doing what you're doing, or that are doing what you want to do, right? So like, it doesn't even have to be necessarily you like reaching out and having a one-on-one conversation with them. It could be like you leaving a comment on their video saying like, oh, hey, like I have a quick question, how do you manage your day? Or if it's another entrepreneur out there, you really like their videos, or you like their content, right? Just drop a comment, leave them a message, and just try and get, build connections with those people. I built some great connections throughout starting my online business. That's like literally, some people aren't even in the dropshipping space. Some people are in like totally different spaces, and I've reached out to them. It's insane how many similarities that my life has with theirs, in terms of like what they're dealing with, what I'm dealing with, the success we're seeing in certain areas of our businesses, like how to manage your day. So you can learn a lot from other people that are doing similar things to you, right? So try and build your network. There's the word again. Try and build your circle, and build the people that you talk to, and just bounce ideas off each other. You never know when that person in your network is going to open a door for you, and that's going to lead you to either profit or great knowledge. And it's just amazing what that can do, just being connected to people. Now with social media, the best way that I network right now is just through Instagram DMs. I think Instagram DMs are huge. Yes, if it's a bigger influencer, or someone who's got like 1 million followers, good luck talking to them. But what you can do is actually reach out to them on like Twitter or a YouTube comment, and a lot of the times you can catch their attention if they post videos right away. So that's one way that I've actually utilized my networking skills. Is I'll comment on people's videos right away. I'll send them an Instagram DM and then send them a message on Twitter, and I'll just keep after that, and it works pretty well. So just kind of try and lead with value if you can in those messages, and that's going to be the best way for you to network, right? So rather than just going up to someone, say you want to network with me, rather than just asking me, hey, what's your Facebook ad strategy? How do I do this? XYZ. I'm probably not going to respond to that. But if you ask me, if you say, hey, I saw this in your video, you could try using a different lens or using different lighting, right? If you know something about that, you send me that message. I'm going to take that as like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Now I'm more susceptible to what questions you have to ask me or you have for me because you just provided value to me, okay? Same thing in terms of networking. So the 7 things that I wish I knew before I started my business, just to summarize. Number 1, be prepared for when you fail. Number 2, don't listen to any negativity out there. Number 3, give your business a monthly or yearly budget that you can use. Number 4, burnout is a real thing. Number 5, you need to have a passion outside of your business. Number 6, use a whiteboard or a notepad every day to write down your goals and accomplish those goals. And number 7, make sure you message other entrepreneurs or other people in your space so you can get connected with them. For those of you who are interested in kind of my productivity hacks, I do actually have a free checklist that you can use in the way that I actually set up my day. So you can go ahead and click the link, the first link in the description, and it's a free PDF guide that you can download and use. It's totally free, like I said, no strings attached, just literally click the link down below, download the free PDF, and use it as a productivity hack for you and your business. If you guys enjoy this video, make sure you like it and subscribe. And as always, for the OG subscribers who've been there in a while, you know exactly what I'm gonna say here. Keep your mind right. See you later, guys.